Welcome back, and thanks for MetroCasting with us. Mike Lewis was a very popular newsman on Channel 16 for a number of years, until one night he just wasn't there anymore. We wondered what happened to him, and we caught up with him doing what he loves to do absolutely best. This is Mike Lewis as he appeared recently at a senior citizens event in Columbia County. As you can see, other than his hair being a little longer and not wearing a suit and tie, he still looks and sounds the same. You can find me from the kingdom, never be landed. Best known in northeastern Pennsylvania as the former evening news anchor for WNEP TV and Newswatch 16, he's now enjoying his first love, a music career.
Well, I've been writing and recording in Nashville. I've been writing for about 15 years, but last 6 or 7 years, really, we just started to record and get the stuff down. So that's it.
That's it. So for the last couple of years, you've just been working in Nashville quite a bit.
Yeah, well, back and forth. Yeah, back and forth. Recording down there and co-writing with some people and that kind of thing. So you pretty much have to do your own songs until somebody else does them. You know? Everything black and white. And you changed my view, showed me more than a shade of blue.
So tell me about the big transition from working in front of a camera to behind the scenes of music. How tough has that been for you?
Well, it's really not a transition. I mean, it's still working with people and telling stories, basically, just doing it in a, kind of another venue, you know. So, no transition.
No transition.
No.
It's all
you know, well, I was recording when I was at the station. You know, we did the charity CD for the Boys and Girls Club. So I mean, I've been basically writing and playing all my life.
And he means that. Mike's biography states he grew up in Columbus, Ohio, where his father worked on air at a local TV station, but he also managed a singing group. One of the members of that group, Gene Cotton, became a successful singer-songwriter in the mid to late 70s and has since helped to groom a few up-and-coming singers, including Mike Lewis.
Writing is a passion for me. I mean, it's rough. You know, the industry is just so down right now. The music business is on the hard times like everybody else is. So it's a rough way to make a living. But you know, I'm giving it a go. I'm out there trying to make a buck. You know. So.
Passion is in you, right?
I hope so. You know, the biggest thing is whether there's a market for it. You know, whether people want to hear what you have to say. So, really, that's the biggest question as a writer. You know, if you have anything to say. So hopefully I do.
So what do you have to say?
Well, it depends. You know, I mean, it's hard to say that your message is one certain thing because people hear different things in the song. You know, everybody's interpretation is different, so you kind of have to listen to it and see what you think. I try to be encouraging in most of the music that I write and send something positive. You know.
Taking a look at his current CD entitled "Do What You Gotta Do," and currently available on his website, MikeLewisMusic.com, you will find such titles as Hold On, which is about just that, holding on. It'll get better. And Shine, about finding a way to shine through whatever life throws at you. And the title track, Do What You Gotta Do, about surviving.
Do what you gotta do. I say do what you gotta do.
My inspiration for some of my songs, different things, situations, people. You know, the biggest thing is you write about what you know. And as they say in Nashville, everybody has 100 bad songs in them. So you try and get those out early on, you know, and hopefully you're not recording any of them. But you never know.
I always felt like a major letdown. Not good enough, so I stayed here earthbound and made sure.
While he is enjoying himself and following a lifelong dream, he says the music business is tough to break into.
Right now, if you're in music, I mean, you're doing basically one of two things. You're either on a label, a major label like, you know, Taylor Swift or somebody, or you're doing an independent thing, which most artists are doing right now. The industry used to be a place where you could go as a singer-songwriter, and they would take you on as a project if they felt you had some potential. Right now, they're not doing that. I mean, basically what they're doing with their artists is they're going in and they're recording, you know, like 2 or 3 or 4 songs, and they're going to put them out, and if somebody bites on them, they'll go ahead and pick up the artist for a project, and if they don't, see it. So it's much different than it used to be.
With your background in broadcast television, did that make it easier for you to slide in or not?
I don't know. I mean, nobody in music's really impressed that you have any TV background, you know. I mean, they're focused on the music, and it's a craft, you know. I mean, it's not just it's a business, you know. It is a business, and it's hopefully something you have passion for and also some skill for.
Speaking of television, everyone wants to know what happened and why he is no longer at WNEP. Well, he says there was no controversy or problem, and that the station, for unknown reasons, just simply chose not to renew his contract.
Yeah, it was just on one day, gone the next. But that's the way it works in the business. Yeah, it's just part of the business, unfortunately.
What do you want to say to your fans in Northeast Pennsylvania?
Well, I'll tell you, thank you for all your kindness through the years. You know, I mean, it's been quite a ride for 10 years, and hopefully you'll find the music somewhere along your journey, and if you do, I hope you enjoy it.
It's good to know that Mike Lewis is doing well and doing what he loves to do best, which is playing music. His new CD, which is pretty good, by the way, can be picked up from his websites, or you can pick one up at any of his local performances. We wish him well. On the way, we're going to go not necessarily working on the railroad, but playing on the railroad. We'll explain when we come back.